And Moses made a serpent of brass and put it upon a pole. And it came to pass that if a serpent had bitten any man, if a serpent had bitten any man, when he beheld the serpent of brass, he got healed and he lived. So you follow what's going on? He got healed and he lived. Now, in the same way, when we look at Jesus on the cross, we are healed. In fact, that serpent was kind of a shadow of Jesus being on the cross. And when people looked at it, they didn't deserve it, they didn't earn it, but they looked at it and beheld it, and they were healed from that serpent's bite. Jesus on the cross, when we look at him, we're healed. The Holy Communion is a time to look at Jesus on the cross and receive our healing. That's the time when we take that bread, that we see Jesus on the cross. We behold him in our mind's eye, and we see him on that cross. And like they saw that serpent on the pole, and they got healed and they lived, during communion you can take that bread and see Jesus on that cross, and you can get healed and you'll live. Miracles happen when we examine Jesus, not yourself. Miracles won't happen when you examine yourself, and communion is not the time for you to examine yourself. Check that out.
Are you sure about that?
Communion is not the time for you to examine yourself. Communion is the time for us to examine Jesus on the cross. And communion is not the time for you to examine yourself. Check that out. And communion is not the time for you to examine yourself. Check that out. And communion is not the time for you to examine yourself. Check that out. Check that out.
Blasphemy!